Chapter 6: Lifestyle and Food. Eating disorders and disordered eating. Your lifestyle and eating habits can be a big impact on your mood. Eating well and getting enough rest are important factors in feeling good about yourself and the world around you. This chapter looks at adolescent lifestyles and food choices in relation to depression. It also explores the issue of eating disorders, which are not necessarily about food at all, but a lot to do with how people feel about themselves. Heather has 2 siblings and was always a problem-free child. She is not sure how her eating disorder started, but she thinks it was related to the fact that she was struggling with depression. Her depression started when she was 16, but she still can't pinpoint what exactly triggered it. She had lots of friends, lived in a happy life, in a happy home, and was doing well in school. Her eating disorder started out as bulimia, but quickly turned to anorexia. She began by making herself throw up after every meal, and then she just stopped eating. She is amazed that no one in her family noticed that something was wrong. She spent hours in the bathroom in the basement after every meal. She wonders what would have happened if someone had intervened. Maybe things wouldn't have got so out of control. She had a ritual around eating. She chose one thing to eat each day, which she would make last as long as possible. She often chose an iced coffee as her only nutrients for the day. That word's wrong. As things got worse, she still didn't reach out to anyone for help. She kept her problems hidden, although no one in her family knew how depressed she really was. When she was 17, she decided to go away to boarding school, hoping that a change would make things better. It didn't. Her depression stayed with her, and her eating disorder got worse. Heather was so thin that she still couldn't believe no one ever noticed that something was wrong with her, but no one ever said anything. She was failing tests at school because she was so malnourished that she couldn't stay awake in class. Finally, when things got really bad and she felt as if she couldn't handle it anymore, she called her parents and told them she didn't know what was wrong with her, but that she needed to come home. By the time she got back home from boarding school, she had lost 16 kilograms, 35 pounds, on her already petite frame. Back home, Heather's depression continued. She felt that everyone else in the world was happy, but that she would never be. Finally, her mom made her a doctor's appointment at a local children's hospital. When she got there, they immediately put her in a wheelchair and admitted her to the eating disorder ward. She was stunned and tried to explain to the nurses that she had to leave. She had things to do, places to go. Even though she knew it, she was not ready to admit that she had a problem. Although her mother visited her every day for a month that she stayed in the eating disorder program, Heather remained terrified that a nurse would let it slip that she had an eating disorder. They never talked about it, so she assumed her mother never knew, and maybe if they didn't talk about it, it wasn't really true. Heather returned home, but it would take another month-long stay at the same hospital and then a 5-month stay at the residential treatment program before she really got better. Although her eating disorder is now under control, she still struggles with depression. She takes a daily antidepressant, which takes the edge off of her depression and helps her cope with the stress of school and life in general. Although it took a while before they could easily talk about it, her family, and especially her mother, have been a huge support to her. Her mother always believed in her and told her that she would get better. That unwavering faith kept her focused on her recovery. Heather knows that depression is something she will struggle with all her life, but she is confident that her battle with her eating disorder is behind her. The way I gauge my recovery is by knowing that I could never go back to that, which isn't to say that I'm 100% okay, which is what is normal now anyways.